We can contrast ideas in a number of ways. We can use sentence adverbs like however, nevertheless, even so, though, yet, or by contrast. These usually begin a new sentence and are typically marked off by a comma. Alternatively, they can go before the verb or at the end. Another option is to use a conjunction like but, although, even though, while or whilst, whereas or yet. Whereas, and to a lesser extent, while or whilst, is preferentially used to contrast two different things or cases. Yet can be used when the subordinate clause closes the sentence. Albeit is followed by an adverb, an adjective, or a noun phrase. That means not by a clause. A third option is to use a preposition like despite, in spite of, notwithstanding, unlike, or in contrast to. These must be followed by noun phrases which may include gerunds or circumlocutions like the fact that. Notwithstanding can go before or after the noun phrase. If the subject of the two clauses is different, then the gerund needs to have an explicit owner. Note that we can use either the object form, the economy, or the possessive form, the economies. Let's see an example. He was released on bail, even though he had been convicted previously. Because in the new sentence, the subjects of the two clauses are different, the gerund needs an owner. We say, in spite of his or him having prior convictions, the court released him on bail. More complex sentence adverbs can also be used. These include constructions with adjectives or adverbs followed by as or though, no matter followed by a question word, or compounds with ever. There's nothing he can do, however much sympathy he has for your predicament. Much though or much as he sympathizes with your predicament, there's nothing he can do. To aggregate ideas, we can again use sentence adverbs like to or also, as well, what's more, moreover, furthermore, besides, or in addition. Some of these, with or without modification, can be used as prepositions. Or we can use a conjunction. The USA pulled out of the Paris Agreement. Besides, they tore up their own environmental legislation. Can be rephrased. Besides pulling out of the Paris Agreement, the USA tore up their own environmental legislation. Or, not only did the USA pull out of the Paris Agreement, but they also tore up their own environmental legislation. The iPhone 12 doesn't use a standard connector, and it doesn't even include a charger. Rewriting with not only, we have to invert. That means using interrogative word order. Not only does it not include a charger, but it also uses a non-standard connector. To talk about causes and effects or consequences, we can use a variety of sentence adverbs, such as so, therefore, hence, or as a result. We can use conjunctions like because, as, or since, or prepositions like because of, due to, owing to, thanks to, or as a result of. We also use verb phrases like cause, lead to, result in, give rise to, or its converse, arise or stem from. Prices fell steeply as a result of the increase in output. Notice that we're changing from a verb phrase, fell steeply, to a noun phrase, a steep fall, after the preposition. The increase in output gave rise to a steep fall in prices.